Hello, friends. Thanks for watching here at Ops Lounge. I'm Andy Parsons, new Stack Solutions Architect for Pure Storage here in APJ. Today I want to demonstrate instant application recovery in Kubernetes using Pure Volume Snapshots. I've been getting asked a lot of questions from customers about how they can protect and recover applications in Kubernetes. Seems to be the hot topic these days. I'd like to take a few moments to show you how we can do that using, effortlessly using the FlashArray's snapshotting feature. Now, let's talk about some common use cases for a second for application recovery. Could be due to misconfiguration or an outage, or you may also want to use a snapshot of a database as part of a CI pipeline, so you can perform software regression testing, maybe against a near similar to production environment as possible. So by leveraging FlashArray snapshots, we can utilize Purity's dedupe engine for a no capacity penalty and instant access to these snaps that we can present at any scale without impacting the array. So let's take a look at a scenario here. This scenario that we have a developer who's made some changes to our website and is producing some undesired results. And we want to try and revert that database to a snapshot that we created earlier in the day. So what I got here is just a WordPress site, and it's a deployment inside Kubernetes. Let's see, kubectl get deployment. I can type today. You can see I've got a web tier and a database tier, and that deployment has a PVC attached to each one. So I've got one for the SQL, one for the web, both via iSCSI. Using Pure Block. Now, I'm actually using, so a bit of a caveat, before I deployed this, I deployed PSO, which is our storage provisioning tool that does storage management from the FlashArray into Kubernetes using the CSI spec. So you can see that I've got that installed here as well. See a CSI driver for each one of the worker nodes and a provisioner for the master node. And this is the driver that talks to the FlashArray. All right, so now that we've done that, I need to add a ability to perform snapshots. So we're going to install the snapshot plugin using a manifest file from our GitHub page. So let's go ahead and do that. So we've added that class, and what we'll need to do now before we can make a snapshot is we'll just create a manifest with the values that we want to do, and then we can apply that manifest to create that volume snapshot. So I've already created one here. If we take a look at the snapshot manifest that I've created, we've got a name, a PV snapshot, and we're going to snapshot the existing persistent volume claim called PV claim, or MySQL PV claim. So let's go ahead and do that. Snapshot. All right, so now we've got a snapshot. Let's take a look at that snapshot. You can see that I just created it 10 seconds ago. And so now we've got a snapshot of this database. So we can go into this site and make some changes. We'll go ahead and log into the console. And maybe we'll change the site identity to something undesirable. And maybe we'll also change the theme to something undesirable as well. All right. So now we've changed the identity, we've changed the theme, and let's go ahead and look at it live. Yep. So I don't really like that. I think that's probably not going to help my website be successful, and I don't even have any images. So what do? Let's revert. Let's go back to where we started. This web developer has definitely not had his coffee this morning. So first thing that we need to do is patch that volume so that we can delete the volume and retain that snapshot. So what we'll do is do a patch and we're going to patch the SQL volume. Let's make sure we do the right one. And we're going to set it to retain so that when we delete the volume, we don't delete the snapshot. So now that's done, we can go ahead and spin down the application so that we can delete the volume, snap the volume, and reattach the volume. So let's do that. We'll scale that down. And we're going to go ahead and delete that volume. Now, so at this point, you should see that deployments, that we have our web front end running and our SQL server is down. So now we have no persistent volume. So now what we can do is restore that volume so that we can bring that SQL server back online. So let's go ahead and create a manifest. Now we can take a look at the one that I've already created. So what we'll do is we're going to create a new persistent volume claim called MySQL PV claim, which is the one that we have originally had. And we're going to use that snapshot, that MySQL PV snapshot. So we'll take a snap of that volume and we'll restore it into a new persistent volume that we can then attach, that will then be attached to this pod when we spin it back online. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, so that has been restored. And now we can scale that pod back up and bring it back online. Deployments, we should see that WordPress SQL Server is back online. So let's go back into the site and have a look and see where we are. Right. So the site's back up and running, back to where we left it. And that's how you do application recovery inside Kubernetes using the FlashArray's CSI driver. Look for future episodes where we go over snapshot and replication into a new cluster using FlashArray's Snapshot and FlashArray async replication. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button now. Thanks again.